Hello everybody and welcome back to Alarus Labs YouTube channel. As you may know, the new version has been released and we are going to list the most important features and changes. As not all the features and corrections will be discussed in this video, you are welcome to check the full list of changes in the release notes. Please note that you can turn on the subtitles for the video by clicking on the subtitles control in the YouTube panel instruments. Check out our Facebook and LinkedIn pages to learn more about our life and business. To enable uploading shortcodes from a file, the new shortcode reference book import interface has been added to the system. SMS reference books. The system allows assigning the columns when uploading a file. The required columns are sender MCC and destination number. The following fields in import settings are required: client product, import mode. Possible values are update full match and import non-matched records, delete full match and import non-matched records, full replacement. The errors and preview panels allow viewing import results before the actual import is performed. The new checkbox Track MO responses to MTs has been added for SMS channels. It allows saving the sender-recipient number pairs that were successfully sent to the vendor. This feature allows setting identical number pairs to route MO messages to several clients simultaneously. When an MO message is received from any vendor, the system verifies that the numbers are saved in the memory. If the record is found, the received MO message will be sent to the client channel. If there is no record in the memory, the message is routed according to the shortcode reference book. Note that if the checkbox is enabled and the client channel is offline, the channel option Repash Delivery Reports will be applied. The delivery waiting period for MO responses is set in the new system parameter Track MO responses to MT max waiting period. The default value is 1440. Also, the marker MT message ID has been added. It contains the MT message ID to which the MO was sent. The MT ID is registered as the client ID for the MO. The new parameter Ignore Message Texts for Customer Channels has been added to the General Data Protection Regulation section of Administration System Settings. The parameter serves to specify the list of client channels for which no text EDRs will be written. It means that the text of messages received from these channels will not be saved to the system. The new field Exclusive Content Pattern has been added to SMS Routing Rules, and the field Content Pattern has been renamed to Inclusive Content Pattern. The fields serve to specify the message text pattern for any rule type, which enables flexible traffic routing. The exclusive content pattern serves to process traffic within a specific rule except for the specified pattern. The maximum field length is 4000 symbols, or around 2000 for Unicode symbols, and allow regular expressions. To enable automatic import of rates to HLR products, these products can now be selected in the rules of the Administration Email Processing Rules and SMS Rates Auto-Rate Import interfaces. Possibility to generate invoices based on HLR proxy EDRs for external clients' requests has been added. The feature enables full-fledged reselling of the HLR service. EDR are imported to the database every several minutes, and the invoices are generated based on agreement settings. To configure the feature, create an HLR product with direction client, import the appropriate rates to the product, and communicate the product ID and name of the user created for reselling, whose request will be billed within the product, to the Alarus technical support team for internal configuration. In the previous system version, possibility to export reports to a redundancy database was added in order to reduce the load on the main database. A similar possibility has been added to export of CDR's EDRs from the Wholesale Portal. To configure the feature, contact the Alarus technical support team and communicate the following code. The new parameter Replace effective dates violating agreement has been added to the parsing stage of rate import. When enabled, the start date from a file column is ignored if in violation of in-out, increase-decrease new, rate close, rate notifications, days. Carriers agreements. The ignored date will be replaced by a correct date, based on the above-mentioned agreement parameters. In case of excessive load on routing modules, the traffic will be sent to the buffer. Messages will be sent from the buffer as soon as the load decreases. The enhancement will allow preventing messages losses during unexpected traffic peaks that the routing module cannot handle. The default buffer size is 200,000 messages. For more flexible configuration, contact the Alarus technical support team and communicate the following code. The new columns Delivery Delay Client and Delivery Delay Vendor have been added to the EDR Fields to Export field in SMS EDR Management EDR Export. The Delivery Delay Client column shows the difference between the receipt date of the delivery report and the receipt date of the message from the client. The Delivery Delay Vendor column is the difference between the delivery report receipt date and the send date to the vendor. Both columns display the time in seconds. The Carrier's Users tab has been moved to the new location, Administration Users. User management permissions have been moved to the Administration Users section of the user's interface. To avoid repeated sending of rates to partners, for example, when the rate update was scheduled to be sent automatically, but the user already sent it manually, the checkbox Cancel Auto Export Tasks has been added to SMS Rates Rate Export. The checkbox is selected by default and is available if the SMS net filter is set to all, the MCC-MNC dial codes list is empty, and the products filter is not set to all, or the export type is set to a value other than raw rates chronology analysis, and the all products checkbox is selected. If the Cancel Auto Export Tasks checkbox is selected and the specific product is selected for manual export, previously scheduled automatic export tasks for the same product are cancelled. Possibility to clone records in SMS reference books shortcode reference book has been added. If the user attempts to save the clone without any changes, the following message will be displayed. The message field has been expanded up to 2000 bytes in SMS routing simulation to allow simulating long messages. Support of IM messages has been added to the Send SMS tab of SMS routing simulation. IM message field has been added that is available when an IM channel is selected. Additionally, the fields button URL, button text, and button caption URL become available when Viber is selected as an IM channel. The following fields have been added to the SMS routing simulation interface. Stateful concatenated mode to simulate sending of messages processed in the stateful concatenated mode. Data coding. UDH type. Possible values are 0 for UDH length of 6 bytes and 8 for UDH length of 7 bytes. To enable more flexible message sending simulation, the concatenated message checkbox has been renamed to part of long message for better consistency. Tooltips have been added for the part of long message and stateful concatenated mode checkboxes. The new marker BillingPreset has been added to SMS Rate Export. It shows the name of the SMS billing option selected for the product. Previously, if a partner sent prices in a rate file with a rounding precision greater than set in the parameter rate rounding precision storing, the system imported the price as set in the file. This could result in discrepancies. Now the prices are imported with the rounding precision set in the parameter rate rounding precision storing. Account description has been added to the balance section as well as Payments and Invoices tabs. This allows easier differentiation of accounts created for a single carrier. When no description is available, the carrier's name and account currency are shown. Translations for MO messages were not shown at the Applied Translation view of SMS routing simulation, even though they were applied. Sorting by the direction column has been added for the Swap Deals interface. When a new product was added, it could be unavailable in the following interfaces until the user relogins to the system. The issue has been fixed. The data import interface has been moved from Administration to Reference Books. The respective access permission has been moved from the Administration section to the Reference Books section, Users tab. System operation has been moved from the SMS country to the bus country table. This is an internal change. In some cases, for example, when expecting a delivery report, the status details field of SMS test system displayed the error allowed number of attempts exceeded. Now the system has been enhanced to preserve the final result received from the test platform. In such cases, the message will not be displayed and the delivery status field will contain the timeout value. Previously, when a file was exported with the help of the Export to Excel button at the bottom grid of SMS test system, an error could occur when the user attempted to open the file in MS Excel. The error was caused by Control ASCII characters. In this version, such symbols, except the line feed, will be removed during file export, which will allow opening the file correctly. The new submodule Enterprise API was added to system version 3.5.21 to work with internal system methods. In this version, the method getRaw SMS rate list has been added to Enterprise API to get rates for specific products, MCC, MNCs, and dates. To access the data through the new method, the Enterprise API permission must be granted. To configure the submodule, contact the Alaris technical support team and communicate the following code. Operation of the EDR management EDR reconciliation interface has been optimized to allow reconciliation of large size files. The following controls have been renamed at the Rates tab of SMS Rates Rate editor. Additionally, the Modify Rate window has been renamed to Edit Rate. When the user changes the invoice group index in carrier's products, this can affect the existing financial entities. For this reason, the following warning has been added that appears when the user changes the parameter and save the changes. The Partner Portal User Administration permission has been renamed to Campaign Portal User Administration as it only affects Alaris Campaign Portal. Possibility to work with the following SMS channel fields has been added to REST API. Previously, the carriers field of the Campaign Portal SMS pack interface displayed the default value selected none, meaning that all carriers were selected. Starting from this version, the default value is selected all. Starting from this version, the checkbox Send Balance Alerts will be enabled by default when creating a new account in carriers accounts. Existing accounts will remain unchanged after the system update. The parameter tag IDs has been made required for the REST API method post-contact. The new submodule Enterprise API was added to system version 3.5.21 to work with internal system methods. In this version, the methods getInvoiceList and getPaymentList have been added to Enterprise API to work with financial data. To access the data through the new method, the Enterprise API permission must be granted. If an email processed by the Autorate import module contained the from field in the format as you can see on the screen, the last value was cut to the first 7 symbols. In the new version, the from field will be fully preserved during import. An error has been fixed that resulted in the use of the IP address of a previously employed domain name if the domain name in the channel's hostname field was replaced by an IP address. Previously, long messages got the internal status message encoding failed even if the SMS channel setting reject too long messages was enabled. Starting from this version, the setting will be taken into account, but the maximum allowed message length for each encoding will be set in the internal configuration of the SMS switch. Besides, if the maximum length is exceeded after translation, the message will also be rejected with the status message encoding failed. Alaris Campaign Portal has been localized to the Chinese language. The user can now select the long message split mode when sending a campaign from file. Previously, the default split mode was applied based on the value of the system parameter default long message split mode. Allowed values: split, split SAR, payload, cut. A message label containing the campaign's external ID can now be specified for campaigns. Campaigns page, step 5, send or program campaign. The same field has been added to the send campaign from file form, send single message form, and for sending messages through REST methods. The field value can be exported during statistics export and is displayed in the campaign's summary. The Edit button has been added to each step of the campaign creation wizard that allows returning to any desired step. All the edits are saved as the user navigates between the steps. Additionally, to move to a specific step, the user can double-click on the blank area under the name of the step. The Details field has been added to the campaign confirmation window. It contains the following information: number of messages by destination, duplicate numbers, total numbers. This summary allows the user to evaluate the campaign before sending it. When sending IM campaigns, markers specified in the IM message field were sent as plain text. In the new version, they will be correctly replaced by their values. The Drop Files Here area has been added to the Send from File Tasks table of the campaigns page. A click on the field opens the File Upload dialog. A drop-down list with column settings has been added to the statistics page of Alaris Campaign Portal that serves to customize the display of columns. The language selection control has been revoked at the Alaris Campaign Portal authorization page and the account settings page. The language is now selected in the drop-down list. A tooltip with details of each task has been added to the Show Expert Tasks window, statistics page. Possibility has been added to disable association of the generated CAPTCHA to the IP address. This will allow customers with a dynamic IP address to send campaigns. This feature is activated for the entire Alaris Campaign Portal. To activate it, contact the Alaris technical support team and communicate the following code. The columns Expire date and token have been swapped in the Tokens tab of the API Connections page. Additionally, the token lifetime in days tooltip have been added to the Expire date field. Possibility has been added to export a single contact from the Contacts page of Alaris Campaign Portal, as well as export all contacts to a CSV file that can be then imported again using the Upload Contact List button. The Top Up Your Balance button design has been updated at the Purchase page and in the Balance section below the main menu of Alaris Campaign Portal. The design of the Edit Contact button has been updated in the Contacts page of Alaris Campaign Portal. Location of buttons in Alaris Campaign Portal has been changed as follows. The Save, Apply and Run buttons are located on the right, while Cancel is on the left. The system now checks that all the fields are completed when creating or editing records in Administration custom fields. Additionally, the user cannot create records with identical names or markers.